Hello, Central Virginia. Are you wondering what's going on in our local real estate market? We'll cover that today in your September 2024 housing market update. We're getting after it right now. If this is your first time in the channel and you want to know everything there is about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good, the bad, the yin, the yang, about Richmond, Virginia, and the surrounding counties of Hanover, Henrico, Chesterfield, New Kent, Goochland, and Powhatan, then subscribe below and tap that notifications bell so you can be the first to know about the current market in Richmond, Virginia. My name is Scott Durnley with Joyner Fine Properties. My team and I get calls from folks like you every single day looking for help making their move to the greater Richmond area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, heck, even 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All that information is linked in the description below so we can help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. Hi, hello folks, glad you're here with me on this video. Today we're going to cover what's going on in the Central Virginia real estate market. The first news is that mortgage rates have dropped significantly. Currently, at the time of this video, the fixed rate for a current year mortgage, 0 points, is right at 6.2%. Now, this is the lowest we've seen since May of 2023. This news comes off the latest Federal Reserve meeting where they decided to maintain the federal funds rate at the current level, and they gave a pretty strong hint that they may cut rates at their meeting later this month. So with declining mortgage rates, we do anticipate seeing upward pressure on home prices. The U.S. as a whole has seen moderate price appreciation this year, somewhat in line with the 50-year average. If we look at the revised 2024 forecast of the 7 major forecasters, they are currently predicting appreciation this year of right around 3%, which is right in line with that 50-year average of 3 to 4%. So turning our view to the local market, it looks like we may be a little higher than the national average. Year over year, the Metro Richmond MLS appreciation is right at 7%. So houses are 7% higher now than they were last September, and we're actually up around 10% from January of this year. My original prediction was we'd be somewhere between 5 and 10% appreciation for this year, and at this moment I would have to guess we'll close the year somewhere closer to that 5% number, but we'll still be outpacing that national average. Last but not least, let's take a sneak peek at what we're predicted to see in 2025. As you can see in this graph, the 9 major forecasters in this survey are predicting an average of 2.7% growth in 2025. You'll notice from the graph that they vary pretty significantly between the 9, but they all have one thing in common. They're all positive. Not a single one of the major forecasters is predicting declining prices or huge market corrections. So I know we all have that friend that's a real estate expert, or that relative that'll tell you the market's going to crash, or that so-called YouTube experts that may be saying the same, but all of the 9 major forecasters are predicting price growth in 2025. So I have created a very handy relocation guide that can save you hours of time and effort, and you can link to that right below. It's a must download, and I think you'll get some great information out of it. So now the question is, what does this all mean for you? Well, I have 3 tips for sellers and 3 tips for buyers. First, for the sellers. At this time of year, you want to get your price right out of the gate. If you're watching this video right now, you would probably not be listing your home until October. There is a seasonality in the real estate market, and we do see transactions tend to taper off toward the end of the year. What you don't want to be doing is having to make a price adjustment during the holidays when the market is naturally slower and there are less buyers in the marketplace. So that's tip number 1. So number 2, I call it incentivize the marketplace. Now that we're past the NAR settlement, sellers can choose not to offer a buyer's agent commission. I recently made an entire video on this subject, so make sure you check that one out as well. Now, this is a very hot topic currently in the real estate world. So here at Joyner Fine Properties, we are still encouraging sellers to offer that buyer's agent co-brokered commission to make your listing more appealing. With most other listings still offering that cooperating compensation, don't put your home at a competitive disadvantage. Now, buyers face a ton of upfront fees when purchasing a new home, so when the seller offers that co-brokered commission to the buyer's agent, the number of buyers who now can afford your home skyrockets. Now, this co-brokered commission to the buyer's agent has always been a pre-negotiated seller can settlement, but now the choice is yours on how to handle that compensation. So number 3, this is the perfect time to have your AC system serviced. It's that sort of changeover time of year where we're coming out of the cooling season when it's been going gangbusters in the summer, and now we're going into heating season. Having a twice-a-year checkup on your AC system in the spring and fall is always a good idea, and it will extend the life of your system by several years if you do this regularly. Also, if you're listing your home, you'll know when you get that home inspection, everything will be A-OK with your HVAC system. Now, isn't it nice to have that peace of mind? Okay, so now we're on the buyer side. Number 1, with the NAR settlement, agents can no longer show homes to prospective buyers without signing a buyer-broker agreement. Again, this is covered in a lot of detail in my standalone video on this topic, so check that one out. So there are some agents still may do this. Perhaps they are not in compliance with the mandated law, and as scary as that sounds, they may not even know about this major change in this industry. I really do not recommend working with an agent that is not up to date on current laws and industry practices, so keep that in mind when you're selecting your buyer's agent. So number 2 goes hand in hand with 1, and that's really understand that agency agreement that you're going to have to sign to see homes. Make sure you understand how long the agreement is for, the total compensation that will be paid to your agent, and the potential sources from where this compensation will come from. Make sure you go through this agreement thoroughly with your agent, and you're not just blindly signing papers before seeing properties. So now we're on to the last tip for buyers. So last but not least is work with an agent that has good negotiating skills. This matters now more than ever, really for 2 reasons. First, if that listing broker is not paying the full buyer's agent commission through a co-brokered commission, or if they're not paying any commission at all, you may need a buyer's agent that can negotiate the remainder of that commission into the contract so it does not cost you any money at the time of settlement. Now, can this be done 100% of the time? No, nothing in this world is 100%, but a good negotiator can probably make this happen more often than not. Now, second, with the market softening a bit as of late and we're getting into the fall and winter months, we're seeing more price concessions out there in the market. So work with an agent that understands these market conditions and can negotiate the best price and terms for you in your contract. Well, that's it for your September 2024 Central Virginia housing market update. I hope you found this information helpful. If there's anything that I didn't cover, or if you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All of my contact info is linked below. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care, folks.